And now you don't hear me. So we press the button. Yes. Not here. No. Felipe.
Existem destinos que você escolhe e existem lugares que acolhem você. São Gonçalo do Amarante, localizada no litoral oeste do Ceará, pertinho de Fortaleza, é um paraíso hospitaleiro reconhecido pelo melhor da sua culinária, pela bela praia do Pecém, da Colônia e da Taíba, pela prática de esportes radicais e com o melhor lugar para apreciar o pôr do sol. Nessas férias, descubra São Gonçalo.
And welcome everybody to the beautiful location of Taiba as we are here for the final event of the season for the GK Kite World Tour. I'm Joe Ociaslo and joining me here in the booth we have Sofia. Sofia, bom dia.
Bom dia, boa tarde.
Boa tarde, boa tarde.
Hi guys, I'm really happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me to commentate with you. And I think we're going to have a long day.
It does look like it. Wind is taking a little bit more than normal to come in. It's a little bit on the lighter side, but right now I can see out of the front of the booth and the information coming in, we've got about 15 to 18 knots of wind. Big kites are out. We've got in between 10 and 12 meters, and we are going to be going straight into round number 1 of the men.
Yeah, we're going to have Kelton Lopez, Simão Biro, and Teo Demanez in the first heat, and we're going to see it.
I mean, it does not get much more beautiful than this. You can see the palm trees, the warm water. I mean, Sophia, you're used to this. This is home country.
I love it. I love the warm water, the warm weather. In Rio, we don't really get this amount of hot days, but it's actually really good as well. So I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, and also one of the things we've been told that is going to be 100% waves is what is going to happen out there at the moment. There's going to be 15 wave attempts, and the top 2 scores are going to be the ones that count for that overall heat to see if you go through to the next round or not. Of course, round number 1 of the men, winner goes to round number 3 straight off, and then number 2 and number 3 have to battle it off in round number 2.
Elimination round. Yeah, I guess everyone's going to try to go through round 3 straight, so let's see how they're gonna make it work.
Yeah, and we're just waiting for that sequence to come up as we are getting ready here. First air competition, the GK Kite World Tour down here in Taíba, and it is looking very nice out there already.
Yeah, really wanted to be in the water, to be honest. But I'm glad I'm here as well. It looks nice. The wind is starting to get stronger. And there are a couple waves out there. I see there are some athletes training and trying to get the most out of it. So we'll see.
That is right. So we're going to have Teo Demanis is going to be out there on the blue Cabrina. He was the winner of the event over in Silt, coming out hungry, coming here to Brazil. And we're going to have with the green lycra is going to be Simão Biro from Portugal. He is the ozone rider. And then we have Kelton Lopez, Mr. Style, coming all the way from Cape Verde. This is going to be the 3 athletes appearing on your screen right now that will be battling out your round number 1 of the men's kite-surf down here in Taíba.
Yeah, I saw the guys outside and they were pretty excited to get in the water. They're a bit concerned about the conditions, but I'm pretty sure they're going to manage to do it pretty well. The wind is picking up and the waves are also picking up as well. So.
All right, so that flag sequence is going to be coming at us very shortly to see if we are starting this heat as round number 1 of the competition coming your way. Are we in sequence or not? All right, so there we can see already Teo Demanis has that first wave as he has that 1.09 minutes. Let's not forget that we have a 13-minute heat and then a 2-minute transition here on your screen right now. Teo Demanis, white lycra.
You see that he's working his kite, trying to do some loops to get some energy to do the bottom turn and get that turn done. Just going all the way to the end. On the inside, the tide is pretty low still. There are some rocks, but I'm pretty sure they can manage it. See Kelton in the back looking for the right wave. I think it's all about wave choice today because they're going to have to work their kite.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, we can see it's a little on the lighter side. Kelton, probably the heaviest rider of the 3 in the water right now. Very stylish. He was going to just be turning himself around. We can see the jet skis going through there, getting all of the area clear so we can get this one going as we have 8 minutes to go so far. Kelton with just a 1-hit wonder of a 0.77, and then Teo Demanis in the lead so far with that one, waiting for Simão Biro, who is in the green lycra, as it looks like no scores are coming up. I mean, Sophia, tell me a little bit about this location. You have been to Taíba many times, and of course, you represent Brazil worldwide. I know you have a lot of trips. I'm very envious. You know, sometimes we have to block that Instagram because you just go to beautiful locations.
Yeah, well, I've been to Taiba 3 times. This is my third time. I competed here in 2022. It was really nice. I love it here. It's just perfect spot to kite, rather in the ocean or the lagoon, so you can get the best of both worlds, and it's really good. I love it. It's different than Rio. The wind blows in a different direction, so it's not what I'm used to kite, but it's good for training for sure.
I mean, the sun is shining and the wind is starting to come in. So just information now, day number 1, round number 1 of the men's kite surf discipline. We are on standby, as it looks like they gave it a go to see if the conditions were there. So it is not quite suitable yet, but we will be right back, as I know Brazil will not fail us, and we will have conditions coming your way.
Existem destinos que você escolhe e existem lugares que acolhem você. São Gonçalo do Amarante, localizada no litoral oeste do Ceará, pertinho de Fortaleza, é um paraíso hospitaleiro reconhecido pelo melhor da sua culinária, pela bela praia do Pecém, da Colônia e da Taíba, pela prática de esportes radicais e com o melhor lugar para apreciar o pôr do sol. Nessas férias, descubra São Gonçalo.
Parafina, gol de suco na cara. Caramba!
And good afternoon, everybody. Boa tarde. I'm Josie Asher, and joining me once again, Sophia, looking like we're going to be going into sequence.
Yeah, finally we got some wind and we're gonna have some action. The boys are in the water and the heat is on.
Yeah, so we have it's going to be Luis Sosa, Woodley Hall, and then the 2024 world champion, Gabriel Benetton, who at the moment is in third position on the overall ranking. There are 4 athletes on the men's side that are in that title race, let's say in a bigger percentage. We have Edson Cosolino and Pedro Matos, that if they win the event, they are world champions. And then we have Gabriel Benetton and James Carew, that as the competition advances, those kind of scenarios will come out there. But yeah, obviously we have the current world champion out here on the water. On the left-hand side in the white lycra is going to be Gabriel Benetton. And then we can see on the right-hand side that there was Woodley Hall coming out of Australia. 3 men in this heat. The winner goes through to round number 3, and then second and third place will go into round number 2. And I'm going to say it, Sophia, it still looks light.
Yeah, it definitely looks like you see Gabriel running to get some speed to get upwind and maybe position himself better. It's all about positioning now and choosing the right wave. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be a very technical kiting condition day.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
sure.
always wave selection. When conditions are far and few between, wave selection is key. It is so important to be able to wait for those bigger waves to come, but then when they do, you have to perform to get the top scores. Judges, they're looking for 100% surfing, so the fluidity, linking those maneuvers together, hitting it in the pocket and stretching it out as much as possible. Obviously, of course, as conditions are on the lower, harder side, judges will take that into account as well inside those scores. 15 waves attempts for each one of these athletes. Top 2 waves are the ones that will have their overall score and a 15-minute heat.
Yeah, we can see that Woodley took his way all the way to the inside, trying as much as he could to get some turns done. And we have like 2 goofy footers in this heat, which it's pretty hard to kite in these conditions when you're a goofy footer. The wind is onshore, the wind is light, the waves are not super clean, so you have to be very precise when choosing the wave, moving your kite, attacking the kite. So it's a very tricky condition. You have to be very technical.
And also we can see it on the board. Sometimes on these smaller conditions, they go for boards that have a little bit more volume, a little bit more stubbier nose to be able to kind of whip it around. Here we can see a replay of that first wave from Woodley. And yes, you can see it's definitely on the lighter side. But hey, making it happen, mixing it up. So that's going to be a decent score there for the Aussie to start it off. And now let's see how the other 2 athletes are going to be doing. Gabriel, of course, out there on the white Leica with the core. And then we can see Luis is out there on the elevate as well. And here the replay of that wave from Gabriel. As you were saying, Sofia, so backside here for both Gabriel and Luis, if I'm not mistaken. And then it is front side for Woodley.
Yeah, definitely harder for those 2 on their backside, but you can see that they're managing it pretty well. That was a really good wave from Gabriel. He managed to do turns right on the pocket of the wave. He chose a really good wave.
All right, so we're waiting for scores to come up. This is your first day of competition down here for the GK Kite World Tour here in Taíba, Brazil. This is the final event of the season. But I mean, hey, what better place to close it out than this?
Yeah, it's a pretty good place to be, and all the top riders are here. The pressure is on. You can see Gabriel. That's the replay. Gabriel struggling to get like to the final turn, but
all right, so we can have some numbers coming in. Gabriel Benetton at the moment, a 4.5 for that first one, a 4.0 for Woodley for those 2 turns. And here, a little off the top there from him, so he's going to add up for that second score. And then a 2.85. But here, Solsa pushing as much as he can on those fins. As we said, that wind is light, and the guys are really having to milk these until the end. Tough conditions.
yeah, they're actually doing a really good job in these conditions. They're all managing to do good turns and finding some speed, which is quite hard with this wind is light wind. But there are some good scores, so we'll see. They're putting a show for us with this difficult condition.
All right, here the replay there of Woodley just getting up here on the inside, little foam climb there for him. And then when that, obviously, of course, that tide is coming up as well, as when the tide kind of starts to pull in here, it really, the waves really do start to drop. It's more from the low to medium when it, on that push is where we'll be able to see the better waves. So yeah, conditions on the wave side at the moment, a little bit on the smaller, but the best of the best, spanning out against himself and Mother Nature here for the final finale of your GK Kite World Tour. Joining us here in Brazil, Taíba, to see who is going to have that top action. All right, so there we can see numbers on the board. Gabriel Benetton, your 2024 world champion in the leads. Second, Woodley Hall coming out of Australia. And now Woodley with a 3.4 of that second wave. But Gabriel, consistency is key. Like you said before, Sophia, wave selection, waiting for the good little nuggets to come through. I mean, at the moment, it is almost one-hit wonders out there. It's about getting 1 or 2 turns. Yeah, just being able to pick off a little bit of a better set wave is going to make the difference.
Yeah, for sure. If you can choose one set wave that gives you the opportunity to hit on the lip and then make it 2 good turns, then that's what we need. We don't need a lot of turns in like flat part of the wave. We need like 2 good turns in the pocket. And you can see that they've been doing that. See Gabriel in the back.
Yeah, one of the things I was actually talking to our head judge before, Paulino Pereira, especially on harder conditions, they do take that into account when it comes to the scoring. What are judges looking for? They're basically quality over quantity. This isn't a copy-paste to 1,000 turns. It's about execution. It's about really getting those 100% surfing turns. Then we have, of course, wave selection that we've been saying before, commitment and risk. You know, you've got to risk it if you want to get those high scores. Variety of maneuvers, connections between the turns, linking it all together. Bottom turn, really engaging rail to rail, pure surfing, speed, variety, airs and floaters, and barrels, which I'll be impressed if we see some of those here.
Yeah, this spot can really, really test your timing. You need to read the wave perfectly to link those turns, so you don't have to move the kite very often. You can do a clean bottom turn and then hit the wave in the right spot. So, yeah.
I mean, very tough conditions out there. 15 minutes heats with 2-minute transition for our athletes there. We can see swooping it down. I'm not sure if that was a 10 or a 12. No, it's looking like a 10. So Willie Hall, your duotone athlete, out on the 10 D-Lab. A little bit of a Lula. Stronger, faster, lighter. A lot of the brands with the different types of construction to make their kites lighter, especially in these, you know, light wind situations. We start to see the Alula coming out, being able to take a smaller size kite because they're more efficient. And also, of course, we can see our core athlete, Gabriel Benetton, and elevates at the back with the yellow Lycra, Luis Sosa. But so far, close in between them. There's only about a 1.5 difference from that third to first position. Just gone past halfway through. Round number 1 away. Of course, as we had to cancel that heat number 1, we are now in heat number 2, and the next heat will be heat number 1, where we will see the boys coming out to play.
Yeah, the boys in the first heat actually were struggling a lot, so it's going to be better for them to... It actually was better for them to restart the heat and try again, because they were really struggling to get waves and to even go upwind. So...
I know the race crew is really looking at the conditions, making sure it is suitable for our athletes to be able to be out there. So far, so good. So next up, we have Kelton Lopez, Simon Bao, and Teo Demanes. Teo taking his first ever World Cup win back there in Germany. Here we can see last year's champion, Mr. Machu Lopez. As you can see him reading the conditions, just getting the vibe up there in our VIP area here at the contest site. I mean, the setup that we have here for the Layback Kite Fest Taíba, it is amazing. You got the VIP area, you got the cinema, the athlete zones. So you can really feel that surfing vibe coming into kiting.
Yeah, the structure is amazing. I think it's one of the best I've ever seen. All the athletes are pretty stoked with all the effort the organizer are putting into this contest and making everyone feel the environment and feel good. And yeah, I'm pretty happy about it as well.
All right, so there we can see that last wave there from Luis. Couple little schmackers just trying to push.
Probably one of the biggest waves they got in this heat. Pretty well surfed.
It's like an iceberg. There's only a little bit at the top. It's all underneath.
Yeah, exactly. You have to have your physical training pretty well now, because you have to run a lot at the beach. So if you're not training, you're probably going to get tired from all the running at the beach to get upwind. So I'm pretty sure the boys are pretty well conditioned to those type of conditions.
Yeah, the good old heart rate going high into the sky, plus the adrenaline, plus the nerves to be starting off this final event. As we said, Gabriel Benetton, one of the main players in that title race to see if he can become a 2 times world champion. Had it in 2024 and is looking to get 2025. Of course, he has the likes of Ayrton Cosolino, the winner of the last events. You have Pedro Matos, one of the Brazilian powerhouses, and James Carew, past world champion himself, coming out of Australia. So there's going to be a fight.
That
Oh,
was a good turn.
that's a shame. Letting those fins out a little bit, pushing and driving through, but just going head over heels. So far, Gabriel in the lead of this heat.
Yeah, as you were saying about the size of the kites, I was wondering here as an athlete that I don't know if I would choose. I would rather go with the smaller kite to have more like speed on the kite loops, or I would go for a bigger kite just so I have more power. I don't know. It's just hard to choose when you have these tricky conditions. Have a 13 minutes heat, you don't have enough time to go and change your kites. I don't know what I would choose, but I think the boys are all going for the bigger kites and trying to get more power with the size of the kite.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's like you say, Sophia, it's kind of, do I want the speed? Do I want the maneuverability? Sometimes when that wind is on that line, you want to be able to kind of create that apparent wind. But yeah, I mean, the best in the world. I know you're going to be going out there very shortly because you're in round number 1 of the women. So commentating and competing at the same time. So we'll be shouting for you nice and loud out there on the water. But what would you take if you saw it how it was right now?
Well, my biggest kite's the 11, and then after that I have a 9. So I think I'll go for the 11. I think the 9 will be too small.
Okay, it looks like Gabriel.
I think he's complaining about the strength of the wind, probably.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
he's in the lead, so it's not like he's complaining to say, hey, what is happening in this? I'm losing. He is in the lead, but obviously, we want the conditions to be as best as possible for the athletes. Always a smile, but I can understand the frustration.
yeah, it can be tough. You're not really sure if you're in the lead, if you're not. But we'll see. He's put in a great show. And we saw the physiotherapist and the athletes there. I was just there having a session with her. She's really good.
I'm gonna have to get over there soon. Yeah, no, it's really like you were saying before. The layback Kirk Fest. They really have paid attention to details. There's sauna, there's plunge baths, there's physio. All right, so just information coming in that heat is cancelled. So it does look like conditions are 2 on the limit. So it is 2 borderline. So we will be continuing on, but at the moment the heat is cancelled, meaning we're going to be going back onto standby. You got to try it to really know exactly how it is. But as you were saying before, Sophia, really on the edge, and I think that is a good call from the race community.
Yeah, but stay tuned, guys, because the wind might pick up anytime soon and the action will go back on.
Existem destinos que você escolhe e existem lugares que acolhem você. São Gonçalo do Amarante, localizada no litoral oeste do Ceará, pertinho de Fortaleza, é um paraíso hospitaleiro reconhecido pelo melhor da sua culinária, pela bela praia do Pecém, da Colônia e da Taíba, pela prática de esportes radicais e com o melhor lugar para apreciar o pôr do sol. Nessas férias, descubra São Gonçalo.
And welcome back, everybody, as finally it does look like the wind is starting to come through. I'm Josie Ashler. Joining me here in the booth is Sophia Abreu. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We're back.
Yeah, so it looks like we are going to be starting off with heat number 1 of round number 1. We've tried to go with heats 2 times in a row, but unfortunately that wind has been on the lighter side. So now it's back to where it all began. Kelton Lopez, Simão Barros, and Teo de Manis. I could just hear the horn going off. So we are going to go straight to the action. 15-minute heats. They have 15 wave possibilities, with the top 2 scores are the ones that are going to count. Waves are on the smaller side, wind is on the lighter side, really pushing to see if we can have some of these heat number 1 results there. We just saw Simão. This is Kelton Lopez on your screen.
Yeah, I guess this is a good condition for Simão because it's pretty similar to his on break in Costa da Caparica in Portugal. So I think he can perform really well in these conditions. He's pretty used to it. Even though the wind is light, he'll get more advantage, I'd say, for being used to it. That was a good turn from Theo.
Yeah, Teo de Manis took the win over there in Silt. Nice little style at the end of that.
Little cherry on the top of the cake to finish.
Exactly. No, just mixing it up. Yeah, as I said, Teo, the winner over there of the event in Germany in Silt, already has a 5.07 for the first wave, waiting for scores to come in on that second. And as you can see, when athletes are running up the beach, conditions are on the limit.
Yeah, the wind is normally pretty light when the athletes are running upwind. And like I said, they have to be in good shape to run and still get back out and perform well. That was a good first turn for Simão. Trying to get some speed and reach the next section, but the wind is not really helping. But at least he managed to do a first good turn. And then he's going to run upwind again to position himself and get another wave. Here's a replay for Theo's last wave. Oh, that's his first wave, actually, the 507. That was a good second turn, right up the top of the lip. And then we have Simão's wave. That was a good turn on the end section. And there we have Kelton riding the only goofy footer on his heat. Trying to re-entry. Finding the good position to do a bottom turn and do his first turn.
Yeah, here we can see Teo there having a little look-see. The old peekaboo on that wave. And as Sophia was saying, you know, wave selection is such key. We can see Calton running up the beach again. I do have the million-dollar question if they won't call this heat again, because we can see conditions right on the limit. I can see the race crew out of the corner of my eye really looking and making sure that it is suitable for them to be out there. Right now, here we can see the replay there of Calton, one of the heavier riders. You can see pushing and just really not having any power in his kite at the moment. Teo de Manes, who has that 507, your heat leader, and a couple of nice turns here, just mixing it up. And that was his second wave, because here, look, that little 360, little bit of style. I mean, that's a nice way to come off of the board, just saying hi to the beach.
Yeah, doing something different, saying, hey, I have different tricks on the deck here. I remember Theo kiting really well in Dakla last year. I was really impressed with his front side. And then there's Simon. We're still waiting for Simon's scores. It's a really tricky condition. The riders are actually putting in a lot of effort. We can see them raising their hands. Not sure if they're trying to call it off, ask the heat to be postponed. Not really sure.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you can see they're looking around. They're Macho Lopez on the inside giving info. I mean, Teo, consistent. He has picked off 2 good waves, getting 2 decent turns. We said before, if you're just joining us, judging criteria. I think the thing that kind of explains the judging criteria the best is quality versus quantity and execution. It isn't how many times you do it, it's how well you do it. And really in these smaller conditions, to get those little waves that have those little sections performing as proper turn as possible, judges are really going to be rewarding that.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes a 2-turn wave is way better than a 5-turn wave. It's just about the quality of the turn. You're doing a really good bottom turn and hitting the lip in the right timing and position. And there we see Theo coming again.
Keeping himself busy.
Yeah.
Looping that kite around, just really... Oh, going for the 360. Oh, almost. I actually saw a wave there before from Artur Moraes. I mean, Artur, he is hungry, and he did a frontside 3 then into a backside 3. It's really impressive what these athletes can do in these lighter wind conditions, and can't wait to see some of the Brazilians coming out here, because, hey, this is their home ground. This is, there is more than just a competition on the water. It is bragging rights of who can be the king of the break. And there is definitely hunger, hey, Sophia? Oh,
yeah, for sure. They train here every day. They're really used to the spot, so they can read it very well. And the amount of turns they do on the wave, you're like, what are they doing on the wave? They're just really good at performing here, so I'm really excited to see them perform.
All right, so unfortunately, the hammer has been thrown down again. The frustration levels are increasing, I can say that, but pushing as much as possible. What we do want it to be fair and suitable conditions out there. Unfortunately, right now, wind is just not enough to be able to continue on with competition. So we are back on standby. But you know what? The sunset is coming in. I know there's a vibe here on the beach, the great event setup we have here, and a big thank you to Layback for the Kite Fest down here in Taíba. So we will be going on to standby, so stay with us. And if you are down here in Taíba on the beach, make sure you come down. We've got that opening ceremony where we introduce the riders at 5 o'clock. I know there's also some activities, the huge cinema we have here. There's just going to be a vibe down here on the beach. So if you're around, we will be seeing you very shortly. Competition on standby. Hopefully those conditions will be coming back and we can continue on here with your GK Kite World Tour event in Taíba.
Existem destinos que você escolhe e existem lugares que acolhem você. São Gonçalo do Amarante, localizada no litoral oeste do Ceará, pertinho de Fortaleza, é um paraíso hospitaleiro reconhecido pelo melhor da sua culinária, pela bela praia do Pecém, da Colônia e da Taíba, pela prática de esportes radicais e com o melhor lugar para apreciar o pôr do sol. Nessas férias, descubra São Gonçalo.
All right, so information has come in. Unfortunately, conditions are not there, and that is going to be it for day. Competition is over, and we are going to be continuing out there tomorrow. Really unfortunate to see that the waves haven't come in, but I do think that is the right call.
Yeah, the conditions were pretty difficult and the riders were struggling, so I guess it was the right call for sure.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. We will see you nice and bright and early. Sofia, maybe some words in Portuguese?
Obrigada, galera, por assistir. As condições não estão as melhores, mas a gente espera que amanhã esteja melhor e depois de amanhã também, e por aí vai. Então, fica ligado porque a programação tá bem legal e se você estiver por aqui, vem aproveitar.
There you go, guys. We will see you bright and early tomorrow. Continuing on with your GK Kite World Tour.
Let's go. Yeah. Brand Nubian Wild Cowboys. Let's go. Started as this young boy, came on the set. No videos, no internet. Back then, touch the mic, you was a threat. To touch the mic or even clutch the mic. To touch the mic, you know you had to be on. Now rule New Rochelle, where I was born. Grand Poobah up there was the king. Brought me Lord Jamal to his wing. Wasn't like the same old thing, we was gods. People was ours, they said we was crazy. They said we hate people. Far from the truth, expressed our views and proved it in the booth. Through stress, pain, even strife. We kept it moving, hey, that's our life. All for one for all. Blast from the car, house or mall. You know the gods will never ever fall. Just like that, y'all. Yeah. .X. Been across the world with my wild cowboys, one of a kind, crazy style boys. A lot of MCs make a whole lot of noise. They trash motives just for cash. I'm the type that'll take their whole stash. Worldwide, rap never died, it was a coma. I'm here to give it pills, restores health and give it a lot of thrills. Sometimes I even give myself chills. I stay in this business with deals. New York resident, I don't give a fuck who's the president. I still gotta grind when you say Sadar X, that's a hell of a line. And I'm a hell of a fine.